Sonia Raman sets the tone for Skylar Diggins' company. After taking over as Seattle Storm head coach, a new era has begun in Seattle. After weeks of anticipation, the Storm's general manager, Taurasi, recently introduced Sonia Raman as the team's new coach, labeling her a trailblazer. The self-proclaimed hoop junkie and NCAA Division III legend is taking over a team in flux. Winning the management over to hire her instead of someone like Sandy Brondello surely raised eyebrows in the past week. So, what exactly is her vision for the team? Coach Raman was recently at her introductory presser at the BQ Storm Center, where she was asked to describe her blueprint for taking this group to the next level. Emphasizing connection, growth, and purpose, she said, "I think that this team, this organization, there's such a rich history here. And so first and foremost, building on that, connecting with the players, connecting with the staff, building those relationships and learning what we have and what we can do going forward." But I think Taurasi mentioned it. The player development aspect of it is tremendous for me and in my background. I think it starts there. I think the relationships then built into the player development. Furthermore, the new head coach spoke about helping Skylar Diggins and company unlock their full potential. We'll incorporate analytics, as she mentioned, as well as some other areas, and all of that is to unlock their full potential so that we can be the best we can be on the offensive side, on the defensive side in the special teams, the head coach added. Sonia Raman becomes the 8th coach in Storm history, the first individual of Indian descent and the second woman of color, after Natalie Nakase, to lead a WNBA team. She has signed a multi-year deal that could see her cashing out $1 million annually if the bonuses are met, according to Front Office Sports. How do we win in the margins? How can we be intentional about how we train to get there? To have our teams compete every day, to bring toughness and resilience, to do it together. To really prioritize getting better and to do all of that with joy. So that's sort of the overarching vision, and of course, the nuts and bolts will come as we go, Raman concluded. The 51-year-old Massachusetts native began her coaching career at MIT, where she transformed the program and led the Engineers to multiple NCAA Division III tournaments from 2008 to 2020. Sonia Raman ended up becoming the winningest coach in their history. Soon after, she made it to the pros and joined the NBA's Memphis Grizzlies as an assistant coach for 4 seasons before spending a year on the New York Liberty's coaching staff. Reportedly, the WNBA franchise considered her candidacy for a brief period after firing Sandy Brondello. Now, with Sonia Raman joining the Storm, following Noelle Quinn, who was relieved of her duties after 5 years with the franchise and a 97-89 record, the team will look to make a comeback in the 2026 WNBA season. However, uncertainty still looms over the Seattle Storm. Skylar Diggins and other key names join the free agency storm. Headache for Sonia Raman already? As the WNBA and the Players' Union continue negotiations on a new collective bargaining agreement, the winter of 2026 is shaping up to be one of the most consequential free agency periods in league history. Over 100 WNBA players, including some of the league's brightest stars, are set to hit the open market. In Seattle, this means uncertainty colliding for Sonia Raman's new-look Storm. Key players like Skylar Diggins, Nneka Ogwumike, Gabby Williams, and Brittany Sykes are entering unrestricted free agency, and only 4 players are under contract next season. They could lose another all-star in Esri Magbegor, who's in the same situation as the names above. However, Dominique Malona will be the brightest spot on this roster and likely at the epicenter of every new plan. Bear in mind that Sonia Raman played a key role in the New York Liberty's offensive development, spearheading late-game clutch planning for special situations and after timeout sets. For now, however, it's challenging to predict how the Seattle Storm's roster will ultimately shape up, given the numerous complexities within the league. But even if Diggins and Ogwumike return to the team, the franchise might still seek new players, as both veterans will turn 36.